Yo, what's going on, everybody? It should be OY Between the Game Sports back, give you another great video and topic. But y'all know the drill, man. Please hit that thumbs up button for me, subscribe, and then hit that bell button to get those notifications. But today's video is about Mr. CJ Holmes, cornerback, defensive back for Jackson State, and Mr. James Houston, the DN linebacker of Jackson State. Now, these two young men were invited to the NFLPA Senior Bowl game, and they showed up and showed out. Now, Mr. CJ Holmes, he started his career at Notre Dame, I want to say back in 2017. Then he turns out, he transfers, he goes to Kent State, transfers from there, ends up at Jackson State. And he finished his season off with 33 solo tackles, 40 overall, led the team with 7 pass breakups and 1 interception. That is Mr. CJ Holmes. And then you have the standout, who is James Houston, freshman newcomer of the year in the SWAC. James Houston had 7 forced fumbles, 16 and a half sacks, and 24 and a half tackles for loss. And I think he had 1 interception on the year. But I just want to commend these two young men about their path that they have made for themselves and given themselves a chance to get to the NFL. Now, getting to the NFL, you are 1%. You are the one of 1%. Very, very hard to do. And these two young men are carving out their own path. You know, they both went to Power 5. I'm sorry. James Houston went to a Power 5 school, and then CJ Holmes started off at Notre Dame. Very, very prestigious school. But things didn't work out, and it's a testament to these two young men and trusting Coach Sanders with their career and them choosing the right school for themselves, the right school of them believing this is where they fit at best. And it's looking like it's going to pay off for both of these young men. CJ Holmes is about 6 foot, speedy, good hands, good cover skills. And then James Houston making the switch from going from linebacker over to DN and putting themselves in a position to get drafted. And I believe James Houston will be either a second round pick or a third round pick. Now, we know how these things can go in drafts and then mock drafts and things like that. But both of these guys showed the potential of being great draft picks because they played at a Power 5 school. They played at Notre Dame. So we know the talent is there. They just had to find the right fit for them. And so this is why I'm saying that they're carving out their own path. Didn't go the traditional route. I'm sorry, they tried to go the traditional route. Came back, revamped, reevaluated some things, went over to Jackson State, had a great year, and now they put themselves in position to be successful. And this is why I tell young people all the time, when your number is called, you have to make sure that you put in the work. You have to put in the work before anyone ever seen you step on the field. Anyone ever sees you step on the court. And this is why I name my stuff Between the Game, because there's a lot of stuff people don't see. They don't see the hard work. They don't see the hours that you're putting in at your craft to succeed at the college level or give yourself a chance to become a pro. And again, becoming a pro, you're one of one. You're in the 1%. So anybody who has a young man or a young lady out there who's playing sports, make sure that they're putting in the work. So when your number is called, it's easy. So when you get an invite to the NFLPA Senior Bowl game, you show up and show out. You put in the work when nobody's looking, when the lights are not on, when there's no fans. You put in the work before then, so when it comes around, people don't really understand how are you so successful? It's because you put in the work before anyone ever sees you. And again, these two young men decided to trust Coach Sanders with their career, with their final season, and it looked like it's going to pay off. So I'm extremely happy for these two young men putting in the effort, putting in the grind, and then living with the results. That's all we can do. And this doesn't only apply to sports. This applies to life. So I'm really, really happy for these two young men. I heard they showed out at this game. James Houston has highlights uh, uh, from this game. Couldn't find none on TJ Holmes, but I'm hearing great, great things that he has a potential to be a really, really good DB in the NFL. And James Houston, he can become an all-pro if he just listens. Goes out there and put in the work. You got guys who went from linebacker over to DN who are making all-pro teams. So we know he can play both. So he can go out there and get it done. So I'm rooting for both of these young men. I hope they get an invite to the combine. I hope they do. If not, their pro day will dictate their future. So again, they're going to put in the work behind the scenes, and when their number is called, when the lights are on, you go out there and you show out, and you show why people should want you. You should show why people should want to draft you. So big ups to these young men going down there to Jackson State, putting on for Jackson State, the Tigers, and showing up and showing out, and now they have a chance to go make themselves some money. So that's all I got to say, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this video. Am I right? Did these two young men do enough to put themselves in a position to be successful? Or am I wrong? There's more work needs to be done. So, as always, on your best day, be better. Between the Game Sports, I'm out. Peace.